one of the first things we should do is to create a time audit to capture wasted time. What? You don't waste time? Yes, most people think that they don't waste time, but the majority of us, according to surveys, have been found out that waste at least half an hour a day. Another 30% plus waste an hour a day. And there are people out there who can waste 2 hours a day, and even another group of people can spend 3 to 5 hours just gone to waste. How come this time is wasted? Well, I never waste time, you may be thinking. So think about it, how time gets wasted. You are reading an email and then you decide to do some research. You hit the internet, and as you begin to read some useful article, pop-up ads show up on the right. Cheap tickets to Paris, London, New York or Bali. Well, this may be something you might have searched over the weekend. How come they have this same cheap ticket on offer right now? You are like, okay, let me check it out for just a couple of minutes. You start clicking on the advertisement, and pretty soon you are down the rabbit hole from one end to the other end. By the time you recover and come out of this hole, you realize whole 1 or 2 or 3 hours have elapsed. Similarly, a lot of people are lost when they are working on Facebook or WhatsApp or your favorite messaging app or any other Instagram or YouTube videos. Because once you finish watching one YouTube video, immediately they will play some other random video just to keep you hooked, because they want to serve ads to you. The more ads you watch, the more money they make. So you start with something and you end up watching other things, and pretty soon half an hour is like nothing. Most people spend at least half an hour to 2 hours on a daily basis. Think about it. An hour a day just like that wasted is easily 2 or 3 man days. More, at least 20 to 25 plus man hours of work. You could have done a lot more in that much time. So how do you create a time audit? Well, simply start writing down the things that you are doing on an hourly basis. Or else, if you can't remember to do that, then simply use a simple app called Rescue Time. Install it onto your computer and it will track where you spend your time. How much time goes into email, how much goes into internet, how much goes into Facebook and PowerPoint, etc., etc. Then at the end of the day, end of the week, you can get reports from there which you can see how much time was spent in doing what type of activity. Similarly, I am familiar on the Android and on the iOS. You can see how much time was spent on the screen doing what kind of activities. So even your phone can tell you where you have been spending your time on the phone. So it's good to get an audit and realize where is your time going. Once you have this, we want to share with you a very simple system and methodology. We will be looking at a very simple system because if it is complex, you won't not be able to follow it. You may start, but you will not be able to finish it. And if it is complex, if there are multiple steps, you have to, what comes after this? And then you might fail. Then you will be cursing yourself. How come the system didn't work? And you may be thinking that you are missing out something. Well, the system, if it is complex, nobody is going to use it. So I don't want to give you anything complex. If you have to remember it, then it's not going to work. It has to be so simple that you just look at it, you understand it, and simple tips is what we all want in life. Quick and dirty tricks. I'm going to share with you some tricks that will help you with emails, email management tips. We'll also be looking at some non-email essentials. Which are the non-email essentials? Things like how to take care of your files, folders, documents, calendars, meetings, the to-do lists, and where to journal, how to journal, etc. etc. So one is email and one is the non-email essentials. Remember, all the work is not done on email. Email is to receive the work, and email might say attend this meeting. You actually go and attend the meeting, spend the next couple hours attending the meeting, writing down the minutes of the meeting, and every meeting generates a lot of action items which somebody's got to do. Somebody's got to track who's doing what. After you come out of the meeting, you have mails to attend to that have accumulated in the past couple hours, plus all the action items generated by the meeting also need to be done. Write this report, talk to the client, conduct another meeting as a follow-up to do more follow-up or fact finding. So all this action which is non-email related, you got to find the time to do it, track it, and then only progress will be made. But if you spend all the time doing only email and only meetings, then the work won't be done. So let's figure out both of these things in the next few lessons. First of all, to make things simple, we are going to use a very simple time management tool. We are going to create a to-do list, something that is going to help us capture all our lists, all our items, all our ideas. We don't need anything fancy or complex. A simple notebook is all that we need. It doesn't even have to be very expensive. It doesn't have to be a leather-bound journal, because chances are if you buy an expensive leather-bound diary or a journal, you will be thinking, I must write something really good in it. So you will hesitate to write. I suggest to buy a 50-cent or a $1 notebook, something damn cheap that you don't mind spoiling and scribbling all over the place. So a simple idea or a notebook is what we need. If you like to go electronic, a simple note-taking application like Evernote, OneNote, or a simple list software like Wunderlist is handy. You can see all these links in the show notes below. Next, we need to find one calendar where we are going to park all the events that we are taking part in, all the meetings, whether work related or your personal, whether it's watching the soccer game or planning your date night. Whatever it is, it needs to go into one single central calendar. I'll teach you the technique on how exactly to do it. So whether you are an Outlook fan or a Gmail fan or you have a separate calendaring app, it really doesn't matter. But what you need is definitely one of them and not multiples of them. The third thing that I'll share with you is a very simple getting things done system. This was actually created by David Allen more than 25 years back. It is extremely popular and used by millions and millions of people, yet as a beginner it can be quite overwhelming. The book written by David Allen is also quite thick. So I'll distill the whole thing for you in 3 or 4 slides, and the whole thing boils down to remembering just 3 things. So we will be looking at them to understand how to take care of email and non-email essentials. Lastly, we'll look at the bullet journal method. Again, we have adapted it to simplify it for your use. This is a simple note-taking and journaling system. Again, it only needs a pen and a paper, and I have separate lessons on how to use the bullet journal method. So all these things we are going to cover in depth, in detail, so that you get a very good idea on how to use it, and then you go out and start using it, simplifying your life. This is a Russian proverb that I wanted to share with you. If you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either one. This means when we have too many things, too many goals, we won't really achieve anything. So we need laser focus on what we really want to achieve. Something that I have talked about. And even if you don't have the clarity right now, things will begin to become clearer as you begin to write your thoughts and do some journaling in the app and in the note tracking system that we are going to follow and share with you.